In 1997, WCW entered its peak. The NWO began feuding with the revived babyface Four Horsemen as well as the returning WCW hero Sting. Sting had changed his gimmick when he returned to WCW television, becoming a darker, brooding character, largely based on the Crow. Sting would be in the rafters of WCW arenas watching the WCW/NWO feud, and sometimes rappel down into the ring to help WCW wrestlers fighting the NWO. The latter feud served to build up Starrcade in December, when WCW delivered the Sting vs. Hogan match for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. The event drew WCW's largest buyrate, and Bischoff was largely praised in the months leading up to this event because of his refusal to give away a Sting vs. Hogan title match for free or without proper build-up. Indeed, the Hogan/Sting angle endured for approximately 15 months. Wrestling fans consider this show to be the beginning of the end for WCW. However, even as they were dominating the WWF in the television ratings, Hogan was heavily criticized for not allowing a clean finish to the match, which confused and irritated fans who had waited over a year to see Sting take down the NWO. The finish actually involved the recently introduced Bret Hart, who had refereed the preceding match between Bischoff and Larry's Bischoff for control of Nitro, coming down to the ring after Hogan had supposedly won the match. Hart alleged that referee Nick Patrick had performed a fast count on Sting and wanted to make things right. By many accounts, however, including Bischoff's in his memoir Controversy Creates Cash, the count looked like a normal count, so Hart's protestations did not make sense. Replays of the 3 count on later shows had the video sped up to hide this. Hart insisted that the match continue with himself as referee in order to prevent Sting from being screwed, like Hart had legitimately been at the Montreal Screwjob the month prior, which had ended his run with the WWF and hastened his arrival in WCW. In essence, whereas fans were promised a classic battle between Hogan and Sting in which the latter would defeat the leader of the NWO, they were presented with a Fox reverse-type hotshot at the Montreal Screwjob. The inclusion of Hart himself confused and frustrated fans even more, as Hart had no part in the feud between Hogan and Sting. To add insult to injury, it was decided that because of the messy finish to the match and the rematch on the following Monday's Nitro, Sting was stripped of the WCW title on January 8, 1998, on the debut episode of WCW Thunder. Hogan and Sting would face each other again for the vacant championship at Super Brawl 8 the next month. Starrcade represented in many ways WCW's golden opportunity to pull farther ahead of the WWF and send the federation to its demise. With WCW steadily making money and firmly dominating the ratings battle, the pay-per-view could have been a devastating blow to the WWF's comeback. However, WCW alienated its fan base instead. Even though the buy rate for Starrcade was the largest WCW had ever seen for a PPV, it was the turning point in the Monday Night Wars, and the WWF would soon be on the rise.